Yeah, basically most of the fighting heroes are available.
Tusk will be the choice of weapon for IG.
Don't you think Viper is going to be like... I feel like both of these teams pick Viper.
Yeah, because they focus on lane dominance, so Viper is a hero that he's built to do that.
Right.
Dominate the lane.
Was Viper one of the 3 heroes that Fnatic used that was dominating in that game against Secret?
I remember it was
Gyro,
picked. I don't remember
Bloodseeker.
which side.
Okay.
So the
But the
response would
Bloodseeker
be
goes to
Bloodseeker again.
This is really funny to see because, okay, so Fnatic picked Bloodseeker and they ran over Secret with it. Then IG tried to pick Bloodseeker against Secret, and one of the problems Bloodseeker ran into was playing against Dazzle.
Yeah.
So now Fnatic are just like, okay, so we like our Bloodseeker. Oh, Dazzle was actually pretty good against this. We'll just get both, and we'll be done with it. I believe they didn't have Dazzle against Secret, right, in that game? I don't think they did. Or they had
No, I
No,
don't think so.
they
I'm
didn't.
pretty sure. No,
They
so-
played against it.
This is a hero. This is one of the biggest surprises for me draft-wise so far in the tournament, including the wild card, is how high priority Dazzle is getting compared to what he has over the last month. Like, he is really becoming just a flat-out first phase pick and ban, as it would seem. So that's pretty surprising for me.
The biggest,
not first phase
the
ban.
biggest strength of the heroes, I think, is lane. It's very good in the lane, even though he doesn't provide any stun, lock, disable. But he's very good team fighting, and he doesn't give away. Like, the more important thing is he doesn't give away what direction the team is going in with the draft. So
Right.
I think that's a very important factor on picking the hero early.
Yeah, that's been brought up. I mean, especially at the caliber we're looking at for TI5, the versatility and kind of leaving your options open, making sure the mind games continue into the further phases is pretty important. I mean, the other thing I want to point out is, of course, just think about in our past games, how many times has a game been extended because of the shallow graves from Dazzle, right? That alone has really changed the flow of many of our games in the past, as we see Undying now returning
Okay, the
again.
typical Chinese fragile lane.
This is a very...
The two double durable heroes.
It's a very dangerous combination to play against. So first of all, it's a great dueling, like Winner said. But in addition to that, the ability to block off a path with ice shards and then have a tombstone in the area. It's like if you imagine to fight on a clutch spot, right? You fight on a high ground, and you block off the exit path, then you have to run through the tombstone, which is absolutely that's just death. That's not happening. So. This pairing is really good, and you have the frozen sigil on top of the tombstone as well, making it harder to destroy and slowing down even.
You have to ban the Naga though. I think if you run.
Yeah, the
Tusk and
Naga is important to
Yeah,
take out of the
and it's
equation.
happening.
So IG goes through with that. Storm being banned out by Fnatic, and then Lina also being banned out by IG.
A hero that I've seen picked probably a little bit too often is Skywrath. I think Skywrath is just too one-dimensional when he does. He gets owned by BKB and provides like little to nothing in the later game and just dies in a couple hits without like. Even Dazzle, if you just get weave off, I think that's often good enough if you end up dying.
It's a big contribution.
It's a huge contribution. So I think that Dazzle should be as highly prioritized as he is.
And you look at what Fnatic is gearing up, like lane dominance, a lot of physical damage. So they're going to look to take the fight towards, even though there's a Tusk and Undying, but they have the tools to destroy the Tombstone right now. A lot of physical damage in between the Razor and the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, you guys were mentioning, especially for Bloodseeker, how fast he can get rid of that tombstone. So maybe they're not too concerned about that.
Interesting to see. I think it's like it kind of goes both ways, right? The tombstone zombies are super annoying for Razor's ult because they just keep absorbing it, but they don't die since they need to be attacked now.
True.
And the ult strikes the target that has the lowest current health, not the lowest percentage-based health, right? So the tombstone zombie will always be the target. Or is it? I just feel like I have this memory of playing Razor against.
I think it's percentage.
It is percentage. Okay, so then you will never hit the zombies, because that's a really big difference. I just have this memory of playing Razor against Undying, and my ult just keeps going to waste.
It's
by
like
hitting
you never
zombies.
skilled out.
Because it does make sense, right? Because the old one would have killed the zombies because they were damaged by physical damage spells.
Right.
So, all right, I guess we'll get that.
Well, I mean, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll
it's
definitely
gonna
find out as we. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna happen at least once. And then Witch Doctor being
more team fight, and it's it's really good to have Witch Doctor with Undying because it's sort of like it protects the Tombstone. You're trying to kill the Tombstone, but you're running into a possible coconut bounce or Death Ward, so it's gonna be difficult to run into the Tombstone with the Witch Doctor and the Tusk on the field with the Sigil.
I feel like he's pretty good versus a tanky hero like Razor too. Doesn't really get affected by the unstable current too much.
Wow,
And
this is more stuff to kill the Tombstone.
They just keep going back and forth. I mean, hey, we're gonna kill the tombstone. Hey, we're gonna protect it. And, well, here's another hero who can kill it.
Next, we need the Pugna, man.
Fighting into Fnatic's lineup is actually incredibly difficult. If you're engaging into...
Okay, they're not going to try and fight.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, you win. You win that battle. We'll back off.
Fighting into Plasma Field and Razor Ult.
You know,
Serpent
this was
Wards
similar.
And Blood Right is
Yeah.
extremely good.
Similar to what happened with the game. Remember with Sidak, where they had 3 picks with Undying. Then they're like, okay, this is not good.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
you're
the
right.
other day? Yeah, yesterday, in fact.
And that didn't go so...
And they
yeah.
went on to proceed Plan B, which is also PL.
Yeah, they did go with PL.
Yeah, it's like a similar transition, you know,
Yeah.
during the draft.
Viper just being
Could
banned out
be.
right away by Fnatic.
What about
Looks
Ember?
like we-
Ferrari Ember?
We have a little bit of an update right now. Navi just
what is
beat
it?
Cloud9, so
Okay.
that
Ooh.
one is a 1-1 draw. It was a very short game,
Yeah,
25
that must have
minute,
been
25
super
minute
short, yeah.
crush. So as our predictions, Cloud9 games go beyond the hour. 25 minutes is what it took Navi for that one.
Wow,
so.
yeah, that feels
So
really
that's a
good.
draw.
Okay.
Which means they both have 1 point currently, right?
Yeah, both of them only have 1 point, so evening out there in Group A. The Brood
Well,
does get
the
banned.
Brood actually,
It made it through the second
yeah,
phase.
it actually made it through far.
But I mean, I think they figured, especially just given how much they were emphasizing the Undying and the synergy between that,
Yeah.
Fnatic would have to react to that.
But
and
then
now they
again,
wanna
it
take
was the
out.
same player who played Brood and Bloodseeker for Fnatic, so it probably
Ah.
played a little into that fact that we might not have to worry about the Brood so much because it's the same person playing it.
So, but if that's the logic, why ban it now? Because still, just in case.
Yeah,
Is it
just
like a
because
in case
Phantom
move?
Lancer is particularly weak against that, so
Okay.
you don't want something like the last game to happen again. So there'll be
Mike-
Shaker to finish. Okay, it's
Wow.
an offlane. What? Offlane Shaker?
My question right now for IG is, what are you going to do when Fnatic come to your base and they
Yeah.
plant the Serpent Wards? How are you going to get rid of them? Like, what's your actual counterplay? The moment it just looks so ridiculously difficult
Yeah, they don't
to
have
engage into this
anything to
Fnatic
fight
team.
into that, and they need to like somehow they don't have enough spam. I feel right now, looking at the 4 heroes, when a huge creep wave comes in, there's the cask and there's the shards. That's about it.
Yeah.
You need to be able to clean out the wave. So, okay, this is not
That
clean-
is
Whoa.
a possible solution.
that is fighting into it with the tombstone and the split. So
This is like 2
Alright.
teams.
So they went back on it. Now they can bring out the
I think the
Brewmaster.
PL is more maybe going to go for a battle build where you join your team early with drums. I don't think it would be a Boots of Travel build like
Right.
what Envy likes to go for with his PL, like the greed in farming. This game he might have to be forced to fight early and join his team because it's Serpent Wards, and at some point of the game there will be Aghanims on the Razor, so you have to defend your base no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think Brew Ultimate's really good at doing that, though. I think
Yeah.
he's been a forgotten mid, and he did get quite a few nerfs, but he's still really, really good at getting past that 5 through 25 minute phase of the game, which it seems like Fnatic's lineup is really geared towards.
I like this last pick a lot. Just
Yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
with their lineup as well.
I'm actually surprised they picked it just because, I mean, that's on nobody's radar.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. But that was something perhaps good to see, because otherwise we were worried, like, all right, now they switched to plan B and now Fnatic's just going to run them over. IG comes in with a plan. They still had something in their back pocket. IG versus Fnatic, game 1 in a best of 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Fnatic versus IG. The third round of series of games today is the first day of the group stages. Welcome to everyone who is tuning in as well, over on the main stream, everyone who's tuning in on Dota TV, as well as on YouTube live streams, the stream platform, and anywhere else around the world. However you're tuning in, greetings and salutations.
Warm welcome to everyone, of course, who enjoys watching Dota, and there's going to be plenty of it. This is our last series, but there will be people taking over after us as well.
Yeah, we have Mon Capitalist as well as Blitz
Capitalists.
coming in. They'll be replacing us at the end of the day. But we're Toby and Waga. We're the bling bling combo.
Yeah, we get the morning shift every day. We warm up the booth for them.
That's right. When we wake up in the morning, we wake up to the foghorn.
All right, so let's see what they're actually doing here on the first minute. It seems that Fnatic are completely going to control the bottom rune. They have also been spotted by the early ward dropped by the Tuskar on bottom. So they have seen that Fnatic are powering down on that bounty rune, whereas Ohio is trying to sneak and steal this top rune, but it's going to be dangerous to do so. He's going to block off the Brewmaster, maybe?
He'll just let it go.
It's too risky.
There's no reason to really try and contest that. Just let him have it. It's almost a pleasure. No, it's not almost. It is a pleasure to watch the Brewmaster. I'm just really worried it's going to turn into a bitter sensation in my mouth when Ferrari just gets nailed so hard.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it works, but he's not on the lane that he would be dreaming of, as it's not the Bloodseeker mid. It is, in fact, a safe lane Bloodseeker with the Dazzle as well. However, he has Faith. Faith is here. It's going to help him out a little bit.
At the same time,
okay.
Johnny's also here with KOAXY. Leech a couple of the early levels. The static link forces Ferrari off the lane, but he does get his early bottle, so we're going to turn into like this, what, clap farm kind of style for Ferrari?
I mean, he just wants his bottle as early as possible. He got it immediately when he picked up his bounty rune, and if he gets to boots as well, he can pretty reliably take runes and farm just with the spells that he has.
Is Johnny overstaying his welcome here? Like Ferrari's going to get up in their face, but what is Johnny really bringing to this lane as a Shadow Shaman?
Yeah,
Mushy, actually trouble bottom lane. Looks like he got caught in Ice Shards underneath the tower,
Decay.
trying to run away.
Decay
Yep,
get it?
Decay dropped him low, and Lure just punches him down. And that's first blood going the way of Invictus Gaming.
That
Good
is
start.
terrible start there for Fnatic. Their safe lane Bloodseeker, you cannot die on that roll. That's super crucial.
The Dazzler was busy trying to do counter warding.
And that's going to give such a good start to Luo now. And of course, Faith is happy to be part of that kill as well.
And now Johnny comes down, they snowball under. It's all on Kerchik. They get the tombstone down. This will help them fight. In fact, Johnny, he might even be in more trouble. They're getting rid of the tombstone, but Mushy is losing so much life. The Decay does the work. And is there any more damage? No more snowball. But Johnny, Shadow Shaman is just such a slow hero. 1 second till Decay. They already get the kill. It's 3 for 0. Invictus Gaming just opening up a new one on the bot lane.
And we're like, yeah, Tusk and Undying, but how are they going to lane it? Yeah, they just go down there and take over. They show it's their lane, they own it, and they're running this now. Haste Rune is going to be picked up by
Haya might be in
Faith.
trouble too. Chuan? No.
Yeah.
Sorry, once I saw the paralyzing cast come out and also Ferrari moving in, if they got a clap combining with the first level up in Malediction, Ohio would have been licking his wounds. He's already down to 1 tank on an off-lane Earthshaker.
That would have been very.
It would have been more than a snowball. It would have been an avalanche for IG. Like you would have lost your off laner. You've basically lost your safe lane already.
Yeah, definitely. That was a weird Fissure by Shaker, just holding the neutral pixels. I don't know. I'm just watching the other lanes as well, trying to look for some salvation here for Fnatic as their safe lane is just crumbling already.
Ferrari getting up in KOXY's face. KOXY is going to be able to steal a lot of damage every single time, but that's why Ferrari's trying to clap farm. But he's 5-1 up against 15-12. KOXY has destroyed this mid lane. That's your upside, Waga.
Yeah, KOXY has this on lock. He definitely does. Doing a good job. He had the help from the Shadow Shaman in the beginning, so doing really well. Top here, just John being annoying.
They're TPing in. Johnny's on the way in. The Fissure, though, on the wrong side. So Johnny, this TP is for nothing. They need to have the shackles go to work.
Yeah. Too bad he couldn't get the proper Fissure there. Nice try, though, with the TP. But yeah, this Brewmaster is really struggling to get anything at all. He does have the Haste Rune, of course, but the last hitting from KOXY has been really good.
Maybe it's a point, too, where IG have to consider... Well, they can't really rotate Chuan into that mid. Like, he's not going to be able to do that much.
Yeah, no. I don't think Chon should run there.
Do you just wait for level 6 Brew? Like,
Yeah.
is that all it comes down to? Ferrari, in the meantime, just gets as much farm and wait for level 6?
It's nice to get Blink Dagger early on Brew, but the main reason that you put him mid is to get levels fast. If you get level 7, 6 is nice, but 7 is really when you start killing people so strongly, because your nuke is just phenomenal. It deals so much damage. But, of course, the ulti is a major part.
Johnny coming back to the middle. He still needs to find some levels here. He's got Shackle as well as his Ether Shock, but that's all.
He's not finding a lot, is he, on this Shadow Shaman?
Not really. Well, she's actually found a hell of a lot of CS for this bot lane. All things considered, 20 for 2 up against an 11 for 1.
I actually don't know how he did that, but yeah, he has recovered the last hits really well.
I can tell you it's not from just jungle farming. That's just not possible for him.
Yeah, I mean, Bloodseeker is extremely good at lasting, and he played very aggressively farming when he died the first time there. So it's just, it's more like you farm a lot, but you also give away a lot when you die there. And now rotation bottom coming in here. Chon is being brought in. No lane ward for the side of Fnatic.
This is
This could
a
be bad.
potential chance for IG. But what are you going to be doing right now? Is it a roll in and then with the paralyzing cast control
yeah.
on the back? Oh, that's exactly what it is. It's just a roll into the decay with the blood right, which is trying to make it difficult. But the paralyzing casket, you're going to bounce around. The malediction's already on Mush. They need a little bit more damage to help him pop. Now that Shallow Grave's going to wear off before the malediction does.
too
So
early,
one more
Grave.
pop
He has
isn't
magic
enough.
wand.
And with the shards, he's actually been blocked in. Luo, there's no way to chase it. In the
Yo,
meantime,
solo kills.
yeah, he actually kills off Earthshaker by himself.
Yeah, he definitely did. Nice. Nice solo kill there. Peel is so dangerous to go up against. The amount of spam they can throw the Spirit Lance, super dangerous. Didn't even have to use his Enchanted Mango there, so he keeps that as well. Very nice for him.
So another kill for IG. They rack it up to 4. Overall, they've already got, in just the space of 5 minutes, already managed to pick up 2,000 net worth advantage. Experience is 1,500.
Yeah, that's pretty big considering how hard they were losing mid. Like, mid is definitely not going their way. Still only looking at 12 CS, 13 now, just slowly pulling his farm in.
Well, Ferrari's actually doing pretty decently, considering his lack of CS.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough lane. It's very tough.
Yeah.
You can't even spam Drunken Haste that reliably because there's the unstable current dealing damage to you every time you do it. So there are downsides. Oh, the rune is denied.
That's frustrating. Ferrari is coming down to pick that little sucker up, and it's an easy move up from Kerchik. And attacks from the high ground.
Yeah, very nice there by Dazzle. And Peel is having good control over this top lane. The ES, despite being 1v1, can't really touch the creeps that much.
Well, it's kind of difficult, man. Like
79.1% win rates on Brewmaster. So he has the highest win rate on Brewmaster out of any player with 25 games or more.
he's a talented kid, Ferrari.
He's very, very good. If he gets his Blink Dagger and Aghanims, he can do wonders with it. Or even if he just gets the Blink and BKB, because sometimes you need that against Rasta, Instant Hex.
Should also point out the fact they're going to flash farm Ferrari in a moment. Once they got the 4 points up in the clap, they've got a triple stack inside the Dire jungle.
Yeah,
So-
they are stacking up and preparing for him.
While on bottom lane, Luo and Faith coming back to the lane, but Kerchik as well as Johnny, they're just waiting in the wings for their time to shine. As Mushy, Decay, just a little bit of shard harass, nothing more.
Yeah, Sadly doesn't do much as he just denies 2 creeps immediately and
Actually,
full
they
HP
spotted out.
again.
This Dire Observer Ward on the side. Now, this is actually one of these weird wards to talk about, because Undying walked down the river to this point and then threw the ward down, then backed up instantly. So the second you do that, you should be flagging the fact that Observer Ward was going down.
Yeah.
But Fnatic weren't looking for it, so they didn't ping it at the time, and they haven't dewarded it since.
Yeah, it's always the mind games. You gotta keep your eye on the enemy supports always. If they have a ward on them, just, you know, good track of that. Click your opponents as often as possible.
Yep. Keep tabs.
And he's gonna rush straight into Blink Dagger, of course, on Brewmaster, by the way. Oh, okay. I thought the Dazzle was stuck there for a second. He's gonna be fine.
Try to shut him down. That should reveal the fact that the
They need
ward's
to
there.
use the Brewmaster ulti. They should try and force a fight bottom. He wants to run around and go down here.
It would be nice, because they're getting a lot in the other lane. So you start off with your shards,
is
just
spotted
harassing
now.
into Mushy. But,
They're gonna back off.
yeah.
Oh, Rasta is actually kind of stuck there, so he's gonna stay for a while.
That they realize, because you got Chuan farming mid. So Chuan's finding some really good levels. Also notice too what he's prioritizing. 2 points Malediction, 2 points Paralyzing Cask. So you don't actually have the ulti yet, obviously. They were waiting for that in the mid. But there's no Voodoo Restoration. So Kerchik, a quick TP out. They drop the Tombstone. They're sacrificing their tier 1 tower.
Johnny is just trying to hide the best he can, but oh boy. Jigs up, Johnny.
Can't stay in the trees forever.
No, he was listening, trying to listen.
In return, Fnatic, they can at least do some damage to this tier 1 tower. Fortification is going to make it difficult. This Undying Tombstone's made this a lot easier for IG to force down the tower.
Yeah, it's just tower trades going on right now. Not much that Fnatic can do to team fight against the Undying and Brewmaster ulti.
Yep.
So they're just respecting that, but at the same time, they're not punishing the PL. He's been just farming away as well. So
Well, how are you meant to punish a PL? You don't have enough control. He's just going to doppelganger away every time.
well, you
And
have to do something though.
True.
Right now you're losing towers and PL is free farming.
So-
This is losing out too much. You need to
But what's the
try and
something?
smoke up.
What's the something? Like, you've got an Undying as well as a Brewmaster. You don't want to team fight into that one.
Yeah.
The PL, you can't just
It's pickoffs.
gank him straight.
No, it's pickoffs. You have to go for a disable gank. But right now it's very hard as the Shadow Shaman is only level 3. He doesn't have a single point into the Hex yet. So all of this is very, very difficult.
So many stacks everywhere.
They're gonna steal these
Ferrari
stacks.
found a triple. Oh, actually, he found a double stack and made a triple. Johnny's the one who's in trouble. They drop the tombstone. Malediction will actually kill him at this point. Johnny knows he's dead, so does as much as he can before death.
They're gonna try and fight for this stack. They don't want to have it stolen. KYXY and
That's a
Uchi.
dangerous fight to take, though.
I don't think they can.
You
They're
still got
actually
PL
just helping
farming top. Like, he's not stopping. And he actually bought BTs to start with. Ferrari, straight TP out, and they do take the stack.
Oh, nice to see that the good old TP out against Bloodseeker still works sometimes. Most of the times nowadays, it's just, oh, you want to TP out against Bloodseeker? Oh, he just runs up and punches you 2 times and you're dead. But luckily, he's a Brewmaster. He's immune to that kind of stuff.
Kind of surprised Burning goes for such a build. Like, it's very split push orientated, like, comes in at the very, very last moment.
Burning knows his farming. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I believe him to know the fastest way to get high farm in a game like this.
It kind of flags the fact, though, like, IG do not want to fight early on.
Yeah.
Well, until this,
Well,
Blink in for Ferrari, in for the split, and the paralyzing cast holding Ohio and KOX while they're Ohio! Echo Slam off, he'll get a revenge kill on the Witch Doctor, he's still not dead yet. Trying to run away from these PL illusions, and not successful, not while the Brewmaster is there, throw out the Boulder Dash, and now the Tombstone also being dropped. A 2-for-1 trade-off. It was a lot more messier, primarily just because of the Echo.
Yeah, it definitely was. Also, speaking to the Bridge of Travel and as to whether you want to fight or not early, I think he just realizes we already have so much for team fighting. We have the Tombstone, the Brewmaster split, we have Tuskar, who innately is a very good fighter. I don't need to buy fighting items early. I can just focus on getting at the critical point of farm as soon as possible. So, smart itemization, I think. And all of them looking to do pretty good now. Brewmaster has his power treads and blink, which is respectable considering his lane definitely.
Well, they managed to get the stack inside the Radiant jungle, and then the stack inside their own jungle, plus the being involved in the 2 kills in mid.
Yeah, they also have 2 mana boots up already, which is really nice for their entire team. All of them can use that mana pretty well. Sometimes you even want to go mana boots on Brewmaster, but he doesn't have to since they have Undying and Tusk.
It's kind of also nice when Faith gets so much farm, because he can just go into Greaves later on too.
Yeah. Oh, Greaves would be amazing in this game, negating so much of the physical damage, and there is plenty from Fnatic.
Fnatic got really some time too. When she's on a good timer, like the Hand of Midas isn't too late.
Yeah.
But it's just that window of opportunity where IG realize, okay, well, Bloodseeker, what does he really bring when he's Treads, Poor Man, Shielded Midas?
Yeah, that's true. He does not bring much right now. Burning, he was spotted down as he ran down here, and now they see him again with the ward. Maybe they will be able to pick him off. But they need to get the Rupture on him, and they do have a defensive ward as well.
And he's got BTs. Like, Doppelganger to BTs out all the time, or he's actually just going to go straight to the top lane.
He runs away.
More farm to be had.
And he baited a lot of people to just try and go on him there. However, they will try and transition into push down here.
Difficult. Paralyzing cast is going to slow this down.
15 seconds, Primal Split, almost up again.
Mass Sophomore is going to be committed, which means Fortification's going to delay this push. They kind of need to, or else this tier 1 tower just drops. So yep, there it comes. So Shaz to get rid of all those range creeps, also locking KOX1 in a bit of a pit. PL still forcing out the top lane.
Not looking to commit.
Well, not going to fight into it.
Don't care that much against the tier 1 tower. Maybe they can punish when someone TPs away, but they're not going to go for it. I think they should go and farm the wards afterwards when the enemy back, because it's so much gold.
Problem is, I don't know when the enemy backs. Actually, they're going to smoke.
Yeah,
It's a
well,
3-man smoke to gank.
Yeah.
And where do they go? Like, KOXY is going to be the first man, but he's standing in the perfect position. Blink up from Ferrari, gets a double, and straight into the split. They'll isolate KOXY while sending Dazzle up into the air. No Shallow Grave. He'll hit the ground in a moment. The one charge from KOXY bought enough time that the Shallow Grave can come off, so they move over and Kerching. They stun him to TP. There's your Storm Ruling up into the air. The Shaman's down as well. And this will be KOXY joining him in death as he hits the ground finally.
Yeah, and 2 kills there for Faith. Again, really going to speed up that mech timing on Undying. And this is fighting without the PL at all. So he's just happily farming meanwhile. And he's going to go out and find actually the Bloodseeker and kind of scare him out of his jungle. He's like, this is my place. Get out.
Too easy for IG, really. 11-1 in their favor.
Really tough start here for Fnatic.
Yeah.
And once again, we see Bloodseeker struggling. Like, I mean, as in the secret game as well. It's just having a very tough start here.
A tough start for him when PL's had such a fantastic beginning. Like 1,200 gold over on this PL. With BTs, you know he's going to be farming faster. Ohio, the lance on him, but at the same time, Tuskar's going to arrive. He doesn't want to actually fish because, well, snowball protection backs up. They're waiting for the last lance from Burning to just get the last hit in.
Oh, those deaths are so painful when you have 1,500 gold after a death. You know that, you set your Blink Dagger timing back by dying there. Really hurts.
It's the 2 cores now for IG with 2 kills apiece. So Burning's got 2, Ferrari's got 2. Obviously, there's still 12 kills on the board, but most of them belong to Undying, who's got 5.
5-0 and 5 Undying. He really has been part of a lot of action top. We see now Mushi gonna get brought down here by the snowball combo with the PL as well.
And when you get the Walrus punch up, PL now with a level 2 in his Juxtapose.
He was gonna play safe there, but the Blink Dagger caught him off guard. He thought he was safe.
Life is just so hard. So hard for Fnatic. Like, KOXY tries to force him back, but he doesn't even have mech. So his survivability is purely based on what Dazzle gives him.
I mean, he's gonna have the same mech timing as a support Undying, so that's not looking good at all for them.
Brew ulti up in 13 seconds time.
Yeah, and that's also talking about Razor had a very good laning stage, so this is very tough. And as you said, Brew ulti is up, always look for action. Keep going, just look for these opportunities.
Yep.
And they're actually gonna go for Roshan here, or at least try maybe. They have the medallion, and they're actually gonna keep turning, they're not sure.
They want kills. They got Nimbus rune on Ferrari, which is just a ticket to kill.
Yeah.
Because you highly doubt Fnatic will have enough money for sentry wards.
And Ketchik Imba seems like he could very well go out there.
He's using Weave to scout.
Yeah.
Now, the scouting was nice, and it
them.
does see Chuan and Faith because the Weave remains, but they just blink down and they find Mushi again. This will be his 3rd death for the game. You're going to blood right off. Actually, the Shallow Grave keeping him up, but you've got a Tombstone, and there's that Brewmaster ulti going to go to work again, sending him up in towards the air. So goodbye to your Bloodseeker, goodbye to your Dazzle, and probably goodbye to your Tier 1 and potentially Tier 2 tower in mid.
Yeah, they did take the Tier 1 top, but again, losing the Bloodseeker and losing the Dazzle, this really hurts them. And Ferrari just playing so well as well, and his Brewmaster immediately cancelling the TPs when he splits.
They go on top.
Well played.
They won't see Johnny in time to cancel off the TP. Well, we had to reach him because the Blink was already used to get these shards out. But that Earthshaker is a Blink Dagger. If IG kept pushing then, it would have really backfired on them.
He managed to farm that entire thing. He got last hit top on the tower, I believe. Oh no, actually that could have been Rasta got that. But still, the tower gold team get closer. Oh, they smoked under an observer ward. They get pinged out as well. So 100% IG knows what the Rasta and Shaker are doing.
And if they wanted, they could just, like, if Ferrari gets his Blink Dagger back off cooldown, he could just get to a point where they can break the smoke.
Yeah.
With the Vladimir's up on him, he's already very tanky as it is, and maybe even be able to fight directly.
Maybe. You don't really want to risk that, though, against something like Fisher that can stun you out from the Fog of War range.
This feels like Fnatic's final like YOLO play. Like, if this doesn't work, there's no way they can really win this game. Observer Ward comes down, and Chuan, he's even going to be able to de-ward it straight away. That's just really unfortunate.
Yeah, they're backing out, running into their own jungle with the tail between their legs. Just like, yeah, we couldn't find anything.
You don't want to have this happen. With the Vladimir's on Ferrari, they can just pop into Roshan IG because you got the Medallion to Courage over on Witch Doctor.
Yeah, and Vlad's works so well together with their team as well. It's going to buff up, of course, the Brewlings when you split, but also works really well for the Tuskar, works well for the PL. It's a beautiful item pickup.
Fun times ahead for IG.
Yeah, definitely. Well, 1 and 15. Let's have a dream. Let's have a dream, Fnatic.
The dream is IG going for Roshan. They have almost like 75% of the weave effect on, and then Ursha gets a 5-man Echo Slam, the Mass Open Wars Trap, all of IG inside the pit, and Razor just Plasma Fields and Eye of the Storms as they try and come out. And Bloodseeker Blood Rights them. That's the dream.
I was gonna say the dream was to get one more kill, but yeah, that would be also that's also a nice dream.
I dream big, Waga.
Yeah,
I dream big.
Never stop, Toby.
Oh,
Bottom lane, they
he's
definitely want to go on Burning here. If they run up with Johnny now, they are going for it.
This is not going to be enough. Johnny's too far away, and now the blink up to Snowball. They weren't expecting him to be there. The Mass Open towards cast. It's Luo who's taking all the damage until Mekton arrives and Soul Rip. Ohio, TP, not in time. Johnny now will also try his luck, but both are coming up with Snake Eyes.
Yeah, he didn't have time to cast his Fisher there. If he had 4 points into his Aftershock already, then he could probably have done that, but Shaker just didn't have time before the Doppelganger. There's quite a bit of casting time for the Fisher. So,
PL is now basically finished up. like it's almost his full diffuser blade.
Yeah, and
Does
he
he do
already
both
has
of
the
those kills?
Asha and Travels. We're talking before 20 minutes, so with this Roshan, if he gets the last hit on it, he's gonna have the entire defusal.
It's actually dropping his bottle for the Aegis the Immortal, and he should be looking to sell that bottle because that will let him just have the whole shebang.
Yeah, it's very nice stuff going on for Burning. He's enjoying this. He never says no to some free farm.
I'm trying to remain positive, Waga.
Okay, well, on a positive note, they always have the possibility of killing the enemy team, Toby. If IG mess up, if they go like, oh look, a penny, and just stack up as 5, Shaker can just wreck it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Do you have a penny, Toby?
I do not own a penny. I am not from England
Damn.
or from America. Pennies are in both countries, right?
Casters do not own single pennies.
I have a cent. A 1 cent piece.
Yeah.
It's tiny.
Honestly, the comeback mechanic for them in this game is really, really hard to pull off. There's no good way to clear the stacks. There's no, they're really good deep wards by IG as well, so they have full track on where they're moving. Top lane now trying to pursue onto the Bloodseeker. He has to TP out immediately and still loses half his health to this army of PL. This is looking grim.
When Burning gets a little bit more damage behind him, those kind of TP 20 can be possible. You talked about it before. Normally a TP out from against a Bloodseeker doesn't even work. In this case, TPing out from a PL is soon not going to function either. And in fact, he TPs into the mid. So the Bloodseeker TP'd out. There's nothing that's really being expended by Fnatic apart from the fact that Echo Slam's still on cooldown for another 7 seconds.
Yeah.
But that's IG was forcing it anyway.
IG want to get a chance to use their primal split. I think they're going to go for the bottom tier 2 push though, as that tower is a little bit easier to force than the mid. There are less places to hide for a Shaker, for example. So we'll see if they actually go there. Seems that the 5-man Dota is going to start now. With the Aegis on PL, I see no reason to slow down. Just keep going here.
Yeah. And let Burning go nuts. Like he can just like throw out Lances, Doppelganger in, do as much damage as he wants, take away all the mana from Shaman.
Yeah, he's
Earthshaker as well. Like if he gets 1 Lance on Earthshaker, then the team fight of Fnatic is basically dead.
Definitely. And he's very high level as well. He's level 15. Soon gonna have that max level ulti, and when he gets 1 more point in Doppelganger, that 10-second cooldown is also brutal.
Every team fight, just you don't even have to buy much time. He TP's
Burning
top,
TP's
Mushy,
top.
how much damage have you got? Not enough yet. Yet.
That's the 2nd time in a row. That's literally what Mushi has to do right now. He runs up top, tries to farm a little bit, PL is there, he has to TP out. That's the play now, the last 3 minutes or so. And meanwhile, PL has also been part of taking bottom tower, going for objectives, doing so much more, being more productive. And this is a struggle. Look at KYXY hiding in the trees.
It's the only thing he could do. Like, he went to the Dire Jungle to find a little bit of farm and then just get the hell out. He needs to find the BKB. Like, that even then, that's not going to be enough.
I'm pretty sure there's a point to be made that the more TPs you have done to your base, the worse the game is going for you in general. When you TP out, that's when you're a winner. TP to base, that's when you're in a bad spot. That's all they are doing right now, Fnatic. Pushing out and then getting scared and having to TP away.
But what else can you do? Like, you have every right to be scared. This team has almost a 12,000
Oh,
goal advantage at
got the
Earthshaker.
Aegis.
Yep, they blew him up.
They're gonna hex him instant.
Do they have
will
more?
get him.
And Doppelganger,
Oh.
jump out. Which one's real?
He
They
got
actually
him.
hex the real one,
Nice.
as well as chain him up. Rupture's there. Burney's got nowhere to go. He just tries to create a couple of illusions, buys up his Sanj before he dies.
Oh, that is a lot of golds.
Not the full thing, though, just the recipe as well as the belt.
Yeah, interesting. They started buying the Sanch instead of waiting for a full Manta, but against the Shaker, you don't really want to add more illusions necessarily.
Yep.
So you're fine with that. That's 1,640 gold for killing 1 PL.
That's nice, man. But there's still so much money on the rest of IG. I'm looking at a Witch Doctor who's 2,000 away from having an Ags upgrade.
Yeah. But more importantly, they also achieved their dream. Or my dream.
Your dream? To get 1 pick off.
My dream was that they would get 1 pick off.
My
They
dream's a
didn't.
little harder for him.
Yeah. So demanding.
My dream is almost like Mission Impossible style.
Yeah, I've seen your Mission Impossible Furion.
My
Still
Mission
have
Impossible
nightmares.
Furion's amazing! Don't you dare.
Totally
Don't
means.
you dare, Waga.
Okay, so See, they're actually gonna smoke up now on IG, trying to go with Ferrari and Faith and John going into the enemy base here.
Well, again, it's back to that
Top.
point we're talking about. You've got Brewmaster split up. At the
Yeah.
same time, Shadow Shaman's always had his wards up and never really found an opening.
Well, they have seen that everyone's teams do playing very aggressive on top. They keep going there, they ganked their carry on top lane, and just trying to find anyone here farming Ancients, but there's no good Ancient farming hero. They need to go deeper.
Well, they got the Dire Observe ward to remain on top, so at
Yeah.
least they know if anyone's going to be there. And Burning will be the bait in mid.
Yeah, smoking in for the wards is very nice. So, yeah, that is a good point at least.
They break it up. And now the tier 2 tower. The Blood Ride's going to take care of the first part of the creep wave, but it's a little bit early, so the next wave just comes in all right. So there's no problems whatsoever. While the Mass Serpent Ward's on the top tier 2 tower is forcing a TP back from Invictus Gaming. So Burning will come. Where there's money, there is Burning.
Yeah, definitely. He's always gonna keep farming if he can, and these wards actually give so much gold, and he's cleaning it up very easily. They're trying to set up a trap for him. 13 seconds for the
Shotty in
ulti, but they're
Ohio.
actually in a trap themselves. They see it though.
They need to run away. The Blink's up. Where's the shards? Where's the vision? There's the shards. There's the TP.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, they didn't realize the TP happened. They dropped the tombstone just in case.
yeah, they just drop it, trying to find anyone really, clearing some trees and see if it spawns a zombie. So seems that they might just be going for the top push now. IG looking pretty ready to fight, it seems like.
Yeah,
What do they? Oh, they have 3.2k gold on Brewmaster, so he's stacking up. I'm curious to see if he's gonna go for that Aghanims. He does have the gem on Brewmaster, which is very, very nice. You can deward so much, and even when you pop your ulti form, you still have the true sight, of course, from your Earth Panda, as it sticks on that hero.
Fisher on Luo with the jump up from Ohio. He's really committing to this. Echo Slam still available. He can
Yeah,
throw it
he's
out
all
and kill
dead.
off Luo. And actually Snowball protects him. IG's going to leave him alone. The Blood Right's also there.
He
and
dies.
blinks up, but he is so totally dead.
Blinking with Rapture gives you some damage. Yeah. Well, when you blink with Rapture, though, it gives you only 1 damage instance. So, you know, if you had, for say, a hero that blocks damage instances, you could get away with that.
Unfortunately, Tusker doesn't have that.
Yeah, what a bad hero.
Obviously, terrible. Should never be drafted.
So almost full BKB on KYX by now.
Mm.
And he does have the full thing. Oh, picked it up and gonna send it out. This could make the fights a little bit more doable for them. Because right now they're just struggling with everything.
The fights might be a little bit more doable, but at the same time, I'm also looking at a Tusker who's obviously not as close because he hasn't completed it, but he also bought his items while he's inside that snowball. So the BKB is approaching. The Witch Doctor now is 1,500 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter. The Undying, like, he already finished up the mech, didn't really get much more than that. And goodbye, Johnny. He'll TP out.
And we are comparing a Tusk to
a Razor.
a Razor. That's, you know, not really fair. So the fact that he almost has a BKB just kind of tells how this game is going. Very, very tough game.
It is, however, a core Tusker.
It is. Well, it's a semi-core with the Undying taking a lot from it as well on laning stage. So they're kind of sharing it. They're buddies, mostly. But in this game, I think if IG can only get like 5 more kills or so, they can probably just push high ground.
Yeah, it would look good. Burning's almost at the point too where he'll look at his next major item. Like, it could be anything. He wants to go high ground. Like between Harp, between Butterfly, either will work. Brewmaster with his BKB up and running, so Ferrari. He'll jump in, actually be a brawler before he goes in for his ultimate. And Ohio, well, they at least control Burning. And where's that? Oh, he's snowballing a creep. I didn't think he actually managed to get in range of Ohio to do that. The Sigil will scatter to Ohio, but it also watches him leave.
Yeah, he's gone. And this is buying a lot of time for Fnatic. They're pushing out bottom with their 2 supports. The Dazzle and Rasta are just shoving this creep wave as much as they can, trying to keep their tier 2 safe, because they still have 2 tier 2 towers, and hold on to this game pretty well. The downside, though, is that it feels like PL is the ticking time bomb. No one else.
Yep.
So you're holding on, but what are you holding on to? Is it something that's going to save you or kill you?
Well, you could hope the Undying will be less effective. Maybe that's one way you could look at it. Because when it comes to your supports, the Earthshaker is always going to offer so much.
Yes,
to Fnatic.
definitely.
And the Shadow Shaman's Mass Serpent Boards, while... Oh, wow, they just blew double smokes. That doesn't help you. But the supports from Fnatic still do a lot of work.
Yeah, their offlaner and the supports are really good. They have the disables. Disables become more and more valuable the further you go into a game. And it's just very nice to hold high ground with. So we'll see if they can take some good team fights against IG. They're trying to smoke up and pick up anyone. Of course, we already know this jungle is empty.
Yeah. Not only do they commit 2 smokes to do this movement,
Yeah.
but they miss all of IG.
They do.
It doesn't get any saltier than this. You put up aggressive warding, but IG is either ready to take the tier 2, take the tier 3 tower on bottom lane, or just swing themselves into Roshan. If Chuan stays an extra 2-3 seconds, he will see Roshan spawn up as he just did now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But they dropped the Rasta wards here on top lane, and actually they are the ones contesting a tower.
No fortification. It's on cooldown, so yep, they have to let it go.
I have to say that was a very free tower for Fnatic. The smoke gank failed, but they got a tower and there was no fight going on. They didn't lose anything. Roshan was not taken. They probably thought that they were going to trade. They believe that the enemy are on Roshan right now.
Yeah.
That's why they're pushing this aggressively, but IG are coming.
Well, then again, like the weave from Kerchikimba was so deep, it didn't hit any of IG, and they could chase this one down. Snowball into KYXY, the Lancers are following too. You've still got Diffuser Blade charges, which will slow them down. And Burning, got to get to the front lines. KYXY, TP out. Where's your punch? Not available. Hence, he does the TP.
Yeah, he used to punch very early there. Maybe if he held on to that, but it's tough to say. The BKB TP out is also fine for him. It's definitely not a bad thing. 10-second BKB used to TP out. You never want to do that, really. You're fresh, pricey BKB used like that.
So KYXY is going to be building into a little bit more armor as the plate mail is now purchased from the secret shop.
Yeah, stacking up armor is definitely going to help a little bit. There's mostly physical damage.
Goodbye mid.
Yeah.
Dazzle was trying to survive it, but
Hey, that's what you get when you keep trying to push out lanes all the time as a support. Sooner or later, someone's got to call you out on your shenanigans.
it's also going to be Roshan time. Finally, Faith's going to walk in. It's like, okay, yeah, he's up. So Burning with just a couple of illusions can let the bottom lane do his pushing. And then Ferrari jumps in, tanks it, and they take a very quick Roshan. They don't... they do have Brewmaster ulti up. Tuskar... No, everything's fine. Like, they get everything required to fight.
They have the Tombstone available, so there's no way you can really contest this.
Game 1.
Yeah, I mean, Roshing as Dire when you have Tombstone as well, it's just almost impossible to go in there. That's why Undying is so damn popular. Yes, his laning phase is pretty good. Yes, he does offer a lot of, you know, contribution into the team fights, but his Roshan, that's like the biggest point, I feel.
The Earthshaker Illusion's trying to have a bit of a look in, and it will be able to see what Roshan's up to.
Yes.
As you said.
Behind the ice bars, though. You don't get to,
Yeah.
visiting our circles.
Also, Exhibit now closed as he's dead. A full heart for Burning with an Aegis of the Immortal.
Oh, that's a very good sustainability item as well. Some people go for a Scotty, but he's going to try and have the item that allows him to keep going. Are they going to try and kill him? I mean, he has an Aegis. There's no point at all going on him.
Even with the burst damage they get from the Echo Slam, it wouldn't be enough unless you had a huge creep wave right next to him to find the kill.
You would have to get a lot of right clicks in and perfectly not overlap your disables as well. You have the Hex, the ES stuns. Of course, you could maybe bring him down, but the amount of time that you give for the enemy to react that close to the tower, never.
Okay, it's go time, man. Chuan has a full Aghanims. Once the courier hits the base, it'll fly back out again with the full Ags. You have a Glimmer Cape now also available for Faith when it flies out too. In fact, it looks like they need to get rid of some stuff. There's too many ones there. A full BKB for Luo and the Glimmer Cape coming out.
Yeah, this is a key timing, if anything. I mean, we often talk about power peaks in Dota and how you should always play to when you are the strongest, when you pick up a lot of different, you know, key items. And that's what they're doing right now. And they use the smoke to go as well. So going with the Aegis, newly acquired BKB, fresh Aghanims on Chon, they are stronger than they have ever looked, along with the Heart on their Travels PL. They can definitely gank bottom.
So, well, is it just to gank bottom and then push?
I think so. Try and gank bottom and shove all the way. But
It's a 7-second cooldown. 6-second cooldown on his TP. Actually, he has to wait 3 seconds. 2 seconds.
He's gonna get
Smoke's
away.
going to break on Lure. They realize he's further up. Gets the vision. Going to blink a bunch and too late.
That was close. That was real close, Mushi. Dear God.
But now IG could just group up and just force bottom lane.
Actually, one more second CD on this TP and he would have died there. But they will try and push out bottom now, but of course the reaction comes immediately from Fnatic as they're shoving the top lane. This is the kind of cat and mouse game that you have in Dota when you are weaker, you want to dodge the enemy, you split push a lot. Of course, now Bloodseeker has to be careful about pushing top because he has 39 second CD on his TP.
They
So,
pinged out Sean's Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah.
He just walked past the Radiant Observer Ward and there was a ping directly on the Witch Doctor. Could have been positioning, but more than likely his Ags.
Yeah, okay, so these two teams average the lowest amount of kills per patch.
Really?
Or per, for this patch, yeah. So,
They like to play the, you play on
well,
your side of the map,
I would say
mine.
IG did their part in killing this game, but it's just Fnatic. They have a few kills to catch up. I'm sure they will get it.
Oh, they're pushing with 3 men on top. Their pushing power is next to nothing compared to Invictus Gaming's.
Yeah, compared to, and also PL just dives in, starts going on them.
Burning just goes for it. Johnny, well, he'll be able to TP away to safety. All 3 of them will TP away to safety. Burny's got 30 seconds before he can come back.
Nice stun, PL.
You don't have one.
3 heroes just TPing away in front of your nose. One of them graved and the rest of them
Ferrari,
flaky.
big jump in. The BKB painted out of mushy. Ferrari doesn't even care. The Death Ward, however,
Oh.
that's a heavy commitment from Chuan.
Yeah, that's not the Aghanim's Death Ward we want to see. It's pretty low cooldown though. I mean, it's just 80 seconds. It's going to be up very soon.
If IG just make a run, they're going to get the haste stream before it times out too, which is really, really nice. The new one spawns, and it's a regeneration rune to boot.
Yeah.
That'll be bottled by the Undying.
No good old haste and DD rune.
So IG, they push top lane, they'll take the tier 2 tower. It's 1 minute until the Death Ward's back up again, and that should be by the time they reach the tier 3.
They're also starting to choke in Fnatic more now, because we have seen Fnatic push really far. We saw them up by the tier 3 on top lane, but right now, they're not really getting that far out. And considering the fact that there's PL pushing top with his Aegis and Heart, you can't do much against him. And the rest of the IG crew are going to run together.
I like the wall positioning from Ohio. He sees everything coming at him on that top lane.
It's the anti-Tinker ward. Good
Oh.
old one. It's really good.
Burning,
Gives plenty of
Doppelganger avoids, blood right. He can't stop this. Like, Ohio could walk in from behind, like, force off into Echo Slam, but no one else from his team wants to be part of this.
If they stacked up a lot, if they really stacked up there, he would have gone.
It's a
He
good-
might still get a nice slam here since he's behind them.
But
Very
the Dire
easy.
Observer Ward is going to scout him out the second he walks in the lane. That's why he has to force staff down through the tree line, but he already used his Blink Dagger, so they're not ready to go. The Tombstone's there, but the Earthshaker is not ready to fight.
Oh,
In the
they're diving
meantime,
as well.
KYXY being initiated on. The BKB comes out from Ferrari. Now KYXY, no TP this time around. This time, he dies.
Yeah.
64 seconds on the sideline. Buyback is available, however.
They had cooldown on Blink and Force Staff there on Shaker, and no TP as well, so you can't really help the
Ohio is
Racer at
still
all.
waiting.
Yeah.
Ohio is still waiting.
Stay in the trees.
There's no good opportunity, however.
No, he's waiting for a dive, and they're like, where is this Shaker?
At least they've got Burning with no armor. So Hex in, is the weave going to work?
Here we go.
And now there's your jump in for the
Oh.
Fisher, but he can only control Burning. But the Death Ward from Chuan is going to start bouncing around Fnatic. They're being torn apart by it. They have to back up. The Razor might have bought back, but what's going to be left of his team? The
Two
Mass
buybacks.
Wars might be there, but the Brewmaster ulti is still causing severe havoc inside the base. The Fire Brewling can't finish the job. They're backing up on Ferrari, a quick blink away. Johnny off to the wrong side. The Dire Observer Ward's letting him know exactly where Fnatic are moving.
Oh.
And IG, even though Fisher from Ohio is off target, they're away, but they didn't take racks.
Yeah.
But they did get
They,
3 buybacks.
yeah, they forced the Racer as well. 3 buybacks forced, plenty of economic damage there, and they just got away so cleanly as well. Look at the gold on Burning. Like, he's actually buying up items now. I think he's buying the
It's
entire...
a full butterfly.
Yeah, exactly. The entire butterfly is on the way when he picks it up now. I don't see how you're going to kill him. Like, your magic damage, yes, it's going to bring him down pretty low, but it's 3k HP we're talking.
Yeah.
And then how are you going to face the rest when he has a butterfly? It just seems very, very difficult.
I don't know, man. I don't think there really is an answer. This PL is a beast. An absolute beast.
Top lane, they're jumping in, but BKB on Tusk.
Just a quick BKB TP out. No stun to stop him, so he's fine.
Yep, gonna be fine. Getting away from this one.
But what's Kerchik meant to do in this bottom lane? You see a huge creep wave coming in. I can burst heal the wave. Yay.
I think Tusk is going for Lotus Orb as well, by the way. We have seen a lot of them today, and he has the plate mail now. I don't see which item he would go other than that. So very likely, also very good against some of these heroes. Like against the static link, you can link back the damage so nothing actually happens. Against Rasta, you can stop the chain disable. It's just a pretty decent item.
Interesting to see Mushi's item choice. Going for the Mjolnir. I know we were talking about it previously. If it would be a good choice, a Mushi. Oh, there's a straight TP out. How much does Burning just want to have
God,
a...
he almost dies there.
He's going to buy a Basher. Like,
Yeah.
Burning actually has to buy a Basher into Abyssal. Like,
He could definitely. It would be a strong item for appeal. Abyssal next item would make him a monster. Or he could go for MKB, but I don't see a reason to do that.
yeah. Like, the mini bash is nice, but just having that secure every time I want to, I can set up either Razor or the Bloodseeker, take him out of the game.
However, I don't even think that he needs to have Disable, honestly. He doesn't need to have the... He doesn't need to get these kills. He needs to be as strong as possible in the push. If he just stacks up like a Skadi on top of what he already has,
Yeah.
he's just immortal. Like, he's not gonna die to anything. So, I think that's also a very valid choice.
Many paths he can go. He's already got the Assault Cuirass aura from the Brewmaster.
Yeah, they almost have a Assault Cuirass on Fnatic as well. Razor's working hard to get it, but he needs the full recipe.
Look at him come. Burning moves forward. Almost breaking the smoke of Fnatic.
Very close.
They're coming underneath the Tire's Overlord.
Oh,
Now
Ferrari.
Ferrari's going to do it. BK beats, goes for the clap and misses the target. Fnatic is backing the hell out of here as quick as they possibly can.
Yeah, that was some fast blink outs there. Getting away. Also forced a BKB from Brewmaster.
Too many PL illusions causing havoc inside the base. Gonna start to replicate themselves out as Burning. The man in the front lines, doppelgangers, makes more of himself as Ferrari jumps in, goes for the split, taking the Dazzle out and actually forcing the Cello Grave to be used defensively. And this means KOXY, there's no safety net, especially for Mushi as well.
Mushi's just dying to the Brewlings.
Yeah, he's just running around on top of him.
He
He's
actually
down for the
just-
count.
Oh my god.
There's nothing more to really be said about this game. It's 22 for 3. In fact, it's the full 3-2-2 right now.
It is. I did say 5 more kills, Toby.
They might just call GG at this point, because you're losing top. There's no way you could fight Burning. You've got no Bloodseeker available. There's no buyback up for anyone. They've expended so much money. The only thing that will give them something is an Echo Slam jump, and now this is exactly what they're doing. The Fissure in, Ferrari is low, but the Death Ward, Chuan sitting on the back
Oh
in the
my God.
shards. It's a massacre. GG. IG take game number 1 against Fnatic.
326. Dear God. I mean, when your 300 somewhat plus CS Bloodseeker gets soloed by the Brewlings, like, you're just suffering. There was nothing going right for Fnatic this game.
It was a hard knock life. IG take game number 1 in the series. We'll be coming back for game number 2 very, very soon.